Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana here.
This is Elsie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Tamaku.
Inside Ring!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dicker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Casper Inside.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and now from the top of Metal Mountain all the way down to all 50 states and the globe, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, Robbie? Thanks for the cool intro.
Thank you, Robbie.
What's up?
Well, Geek, are you ready to introduce the guest? Ugh,
Yeah.
Gosh, so weird.
So weird, y'all.
I know, right? Oh my god. Because let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to what, Geek?
The emo Barbie,
The emo Barbie,
Natalie May.
Natalie May.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
What's
No.
up? How's it going?
I like how we did the whole this and oh my god.
Loved it.
Joe's better at being emo than I am. So.
Yes. If I could find a picture of myself in high school, you'd be like, he was a true part of the crew. I had the hair in the front that brushed down over my eyes, the crow t-shirts.
So like this.
Yes, I had the front flip. So the front flip was all black down because I had solid black hair in high school. So all the hair in the front was all over my eyes and the crow t-shirts. But my friend, there was a pure gangster. We always like talk about Tupac. He's like, man, Joe, you changed, man. You changed. I said, it's not the change, man. It's the time of day. That's it. I used to say that all the time. I don't know. I made up my words as I went along like the crow. Like, I would say it can't rain all the time, always. And there's still a little goth in me a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
The crow still hangs out with me.
Sometimes.
No hair. Yeah, sometimes. So, Natalie, if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
So I'm Natalie May. I wrestle for Ohio Championship Wrestling out in Akron, Ohio. And I also wrestle for Real Action Pro Wrestling out in Youngstown, Ohio. And I wrestle for Power Slam Pro Wrestling out in Navarre Beach City.
That's awesome. So, how did you get your name, the emo Barbie?
So it's actually a really funny story. We were backstage at one of our shows at our RAPW show, and I had my hair up in pigtails. And I was being a little extra that day.
Yeah.
And our one friend, his name is Kip, he said to me, you're such an emo Barbie.
Wait, we know Kip. Does he have glasses?
I don't believe so.
No.
Okay, we have a Kip in the East Coast. It's Kip, and he has a tag team partner, and they're like nerds. So I was like, is that the same Kip?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So who trains you, Natalie?
I actually have two trainers. My first trainer, so I started when I was 16. My first trainer was Sherman Tank. And then he had left, and my new trainer that came in was Robbie Starr.
Robbie Starr.
Okay.
So, what was your first match like in front of a crowd, if you want to talk about that?
My first match in front of a crowd, I was 18. And it was for ASWA out in Mansfield. And I wrestled Queen Aminata.
I heard about her.
And I lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Boy.
Oof.
So,
I lost big time.
I mean, it's not bad to lose your first match. Everyone says that you should be losing your first match because, in a way, it's kind of a learning experience. You say, "What did I do wrong?" Is like in this match, and then you learn from it the next match. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do in the next match. So it's not really that bad. I mean, Joe gets mad at me when I say, "Oh, this person lost the first match," but I'm like, the veterans always have to be put over.
Sometimes I think it's cool. Sometimes I'm like, oh, their first time ever in the ring. They think they're going to be sunshines and lollipops, and it turns into nightmares and heartbreak.
No, I've kind of learned that not everything is sunshine and rainbows, especially in the ring. I've had broken noses, broken bones. So,
Oof.
What was the worst injury you'd say you had?
I have two.
Two.
I have two that I would classify as my worst.
Yeah.
So, did a flip into the ring. My hand got stuck on the rope, and I hit my face across the bottom rope. Cracked my nose.
We were talking about that. Who were we talking to about that? That like they bottom the ropes are it was the last guest. Emily Locke. They were saying how ropes could be your best friend or your worst enemy. Like, and I mentioned Enzo Amore's. Do you remember that famous thing that happened to Enzo Amore with the bottom rope?
Right.
I don't.
He actually tripped and he hit his neck right on the bottom
That's
rope.
right. I forgot about that.
Out, like.
Yeah.
They went black. The camera went black. It went to commercial, and I was like, "What the heck just happened?" Like I closed my eyes for a second. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, because I saw his neck like curling forward instead of going back.
Oh.
When I closed my eyes, thinking, okay, I didn't see that. I started falling. That's when that part of Raw, you start falling asleep, and I was like, or SmackDown, I was like, wait, why did the camera just turn off? Oh my god! And
he's dead.
Dead. He's like, I was like, did I just watch a murder? Like, am I watching CSI? It's a trick. So, Natalie, is there any else in the country or the world you would want to wrestle?
I'd love to go over to the UK and wrestle. I think that would be really fun. I'd have to say any place that's warm. I hate the cold.
Mm-hmm.
So any place that's warm.
I really don't. Living in PA now for 13 years. I like winter's time. I'm like that little girl in the meme. Snow. That's me.
Yeah, I do not like the snow at all.
I wake up, go outside, and I'm like,
who's a dream opponent you'd love to work with?
Dream opponent I'd love to work with. I would love to work with Mickie James.
Mickie James. That's not a bad choice right there,
I would love to work with Mickie James.
But would the title be on the line? Would you want to have it the moment your debut? She said, I want to put the title on you and have you face me.
Probably no, because that would be a lot of pressure, and I would already be nervous.
Yeah.
So I would say no title on the line.
Then you're really like, oh man, I had to face her for the belt on a big show. I'm trying to think
that would be nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
My favorite food is pizza.
Pizza. Oh,
automatically became our good. You said before before we're live, you're picky. You know what? We are the pizza taco podcast. You just became best friends with us.
I only eat cheese on my pizza, though.
We're New Yorkers. If we put anything else on it that doesn't belong on it, that's not our favorite. You're not our friend. We're buddies right now. We like pizza, tacos. We love everything here.
I'm not a big taco eater, but I kind of create my own concoction.
Yeah, there you go. I had falafels for dinner tonight. We eat everything here on Dudes at Ringside.
We had Greek for lunch, so me and the mod,
I went and had soup.
Yeah.
What kind of soup?
Broccoli cheddar.
Ooh, yeah. My job actually had that in the thingy today by the deli. I was like, Yeah, just wait till I get home. I'll find something.
The mom wants to know. The mom wants to know. Do you have any pets?
I have a cat.
A cat.
I had a dog,
Mhm.
Well,
but unfortunately, he had to be put to sleep.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
Sorry to hear that.
We
What's the cat's name though?
So I'm obsessed with Disney. So my cat's name is Jasmine.
Aw.
Jasmine.
Do you sing the song to Jasmine when you're on the carpet? Magic carpet ride.
So she's actually a devil. She doesn't like anybody.
Oh, jeez, she's one of those cats, right?
Yeah, she's one of those cats. So
You-
we just
you-
leave her alone.
You need to call that guy from Animal Planet.
I don't even think he would be able to help her.
Quite a few of them now. When you go on Animal Hunt, there's a lot of cat people. It's like, why?
Help me out, Spiffy. You know who I'm talking about. In the
And
chat.
oh, I forgot to add for lunch. I made a turkey sandwich with Swiss, and I put the this buffalo sauce on it. So I made a spicy turkey sandwich.
She knows who I'm talking. I think his name is Jackson, the guy.
Oh, like he has glasses and like a weird hair.
He has a weird
Jackson
beard.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Jackson Galaxy. Thanks, Spiffy. Thanks.
That's her dog. That's in the picture. That's her dog.
His name's Rookie. That's the mascot.
Aw.
He says he's the mascot. Yeah, we're the floofs. We have a lot of mascots. We have my dog, Dexter. We have Rookie. Dexter's the alpha because he's older than Rookie because Rookie's a baby. He's a puppy. So
Aw.
Yeah.
Dexter is about 14 years old and he's a wiener dog and he's in good shape for a 14-year-old dog.
That's always so nice. I love when old dogs are always like in such good shape for how old they are.
It's so funny and sad at the same time because he has a gray face, but he's like good shape.
Aw.
Yeah, we were in the car going to see Angela, I think, or going to see somebody. Family. It was a family trip that day. Family trip. Such a fun day. But it's always fun to go in the car. Except for certain dogs, they don't like that.
So
Okay.
do you have any stories from training or?
I do. I have actually. It's kind of funny. I don't know if it is real funny. We were learning spine busters, and there was only me and one other person who was smaller than everybody else that was there, and so we were the practice dummies. And I have never taken a spine buster ever again.
Oh no! I could already imagine it did not end well.
No, I had the wind knocked out of me quite a bit of times.
Oh,
Ooh,
jeez.
no. So pretty much you're sticking the smelling salts by your nose. You're like, what is it? Ooh, no, girl.
I hate smelling salts.
I could, like, ugh, no. Emily, this is, Natalie, this is why, like, me and Geek stick to doing podcasting and standing on the opposite side of the barricade, being your
We're good.
Yeah. I hear all these stories from you guys, you wrestlers, that,
It's funny that all the wrestlers want to invite us down to like their schools, and they're like, "Come on, down, guys! You'll take a bump or a chop." And I'm like,
Natalie May, yes. I guess from yesterday, she was like, "Oh, you guys could just take a bump, you wrestle," and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a strong guy, but I don't think I could lift a guy that's like 300 pounds. I'd be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I act all tough till the guy is standing in front of me. I'm like, I don't want to wrestle anymore. I quit. And then I'll run out of the ring. I'll be broadcaster. I'll be a referee. I'll be the short.
Who would you say your toughest opponent is?
My toughest opponent, I have two.
Okay.
Katie Arquette is the first one. And Eden Von England is the second one.
We've had her on the podcast.
Oy.
Eden's tough.
Oh, yeah.
She hits hard, or?
She hits hard. She's hit me with a title belt. She's jumped me.
Uh-oh.
So
I guess you're gonna. She's not on your list of having a rematch against when she comes back to the States.
Well, she's got something coming. She keeps jumping me, and so.
Oh boy.
So you do want a rematch with her?
Oh yeah, I want a rematch.
Oh, there we go. Breaking news, Geek. When she comes back to the States.
Well, she's after my title, so we'll see.
Oh, she's back in the States. Because I keep saying on Instagram she's still in England. So I don't know.
No, she's in the States. She's gonna be at that cage fighting show.
Okay. I was just wondering. I'm like, I was like, wait, that's why I was like, Geek, breaking news. I thought England. She tricked us all. She was like, I'm in England. I can't mail anything. Oh, okay.
I know she went to England.
Yeah.
And then she like secretly got back in. So.
Yeah, she's gonna be part of that cage match promotion.
There's a cage match promotion, kind of like an MMA has a lot of wrestlers that are.
But they do MMA moves. They do a lot of MMA moves.
Like Lady Frost,
Masha.
It's quite a group of them. I was like, looked at the roster. I was like, geez, it's like caged wrestling. Oh, okay.
They're wrestlers, you know.
Yeah. So, is there? I'm trying to think. Is there any wrestler that you've been like watching on YouTube and you're like, I want to wrestle them, but I haven't got around to it that area yet?
I don't watch a lot of wrestling, which sounds terrible and horrible. But I don't watch a lot of it because I'm usually doing 100 other different things at one time. So I'm usually trying to keep all of my things straight. So I usually don't have a lot of personal time.
That's understandable. I could understand that because myself and Geek, we work day jobs. So we're like, we got to do this. And then we got to get our schedule straight. No, this person's this day. No, we have to, is this person tomorrow? Or are they canceling on us? So I have to work this day till 4. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, mine's usually I have classes these days, these times, then I have work.
Yeah.
Who would you say your favorite opponent to work with is?
My favorite opponent to work with is Katie Arquette.
Katie Arquette.
Katie Arquette is my favorite.
Is she the one that's like the director? She has like a director's chopper in her hand?
Yes, she is the queen of the silver screen.
When you get a chance to speak to her, tell her we say hi. We try to get in contact with her. We know she's crazy busy.
Joe,
she is always super busy. I haven't talked to her in a long time, actually.
What's that, Geek?
I said, Joe, Natalie May's right here, right now.
I know.
So why do you want to talk to other people when Natalie May's right?
I'm not saying now. It's like, you know, that's how you get your name out there. I'm not chopping the block on Natalie May. Like, no.
You're trying to chop the block. I see what you're doing, Joe.
Nah, I'm being good. It's my... it's always good.
He does this all the time. He wants to talk to other people. You see that? Other people on this. Joe, see, this is the problem with Joe right now, man.
No,
what he does.
No. We're talking to Natalie May. We're having fun with Natalie May right now. So, so what do you mind me asking? What are you majoring in college? What is your major?
My major is I'm an education major in middle childhood education with a focus on history and science.
Oh, wow. That's
awesome.
Cool. That's cool. A history major. Like that.
Yep. It's actually a focus on ancient history.
Like Egyptian stuff and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Ancient Egyptian, ancient Greek, ancient Rome.
That's awesome.
That's cool. We like history here on Dudes at Ringside. We don't skip anything.
Ancient aliens.
Yes.
Ancient aliens.
Yeah, that's Geek. He Geek's that guy that sits with like on Futurama with the cone on his head. He's like, they're out there, man. They're out there. Yeah. That's Geek. Like,
they're out there. They're out there, man. I'm telling you.
I'm sitting there eating the chips next to him going, I have the tape recorder on my phone. Go on. And I'm on the other hand, I have like the house phone. I'm like, go on, recording him, and I'm calling. Yeah, there's a guy, tall, skinny guy, kind of scruffy face, whitish teeth, Name is Lance Bader, and he's at address blah blah blah. Come get your purse, and did you check all the rooms, see if anybody escaped?
Oh,
Yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't do that to Metal Geek because I know he's really into aliens, and I'm into ghosts, so they could say the same thing about me.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe in that stuff. I believe in it. We were watching something yesterday. Oh, was it Sunday? Watching something with my parents that they say in Alaska they've been having a lot of problems with like this triangle in Alaska that like they say the animals are acting funny, wonky, and they're finding like circles in the ground with like animals like dead in the circles, like whales, whales and stuff like that. It's like, whoa.
Well, I know whales have a lot of sonar issues. So if you use something, I know like some of the sonar will affect a whale and they'll beach themselves.
Insane, you know?
Which is sad because I like whales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whales are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, me and the mod just watch Ancient Aliens and she just gets freaked out by it. She's like, okay, turn this crap off now. I'm getting freaked out. Because if you watch some of the stuff they're saying, they're like, holy shit, it could be actually true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta find the name of this thing I was watching yesterday, guys. It was really interesting. It was kind of creepy. They were saying that the mod, I know, stop. Like they were saying that the rocks over there and like where they talking about it, they think that there's like a whole alien like culture living behind the rocks over there in Alaska. And under the he would be sitting there like this. And under the water, they think because people have seen like spaceships completely come right out of the water, spinning and fly right out. And I'm like, Geek would be crying under his bed. He's like, oh, no. Geek wouldn't be able to go by the beach ever again. He'd be like, why does the water look like it's spinning in front of me? Oh no! But it's cool.
Like, I would go to the ocean again.
I was like, I'll be one staring at the water as I'm on the ferries like this. Is that light coming out of the? Oh, okay. No, it's the sun hitting the water. Yeah, I'll be paranoid as I'm on a ferry going. No. Okay, what else?
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Oh, that one's hard. Because I watch too many movies.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna go with Boondock Saints.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good movie.
And then there was a firefight.
I'm a Ghostbusters fan.
I watched bits and pieces of that movie though, but I do know that line. So,
see, you gotta watch the whole thing because then it makes makes that line so much better.
Yeah.
When I was in college, it was a frat I used to hang out with. It was Teak, and they had Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue. I forgot one of the other guys was like his frat name was literally one of the guys in the show. The movie is like Mr. Brown or whatever his name was. Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue.
The guy and the guy.
Yeah. No. I mean, from Boondock Saints, they had like the name Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue, Mr. Green, whatever it was, and one of the guys' names was the name of one of the guys in the movie in Boondock Saints. And I was like, at first, it's before I saw the movie, and I'm like, why are they calling him that? And then I saw the movie, I was like, it was after college. Like, oh, that's why they called him that name. Oh, I look like an idiot now. Because I was going, yeah, Mr. Brown. Yeah. Geek, what's your movie?
My favorite movie?
Nah.
Favorite movie is Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah.
You should know that by now.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that movie before?
I don't believe I have.
It's Bruce Willis, Chris Tucker's in it, Gary Oldman. What else is in it, Joe?
What's her name? The girl with the short hair that was in
Mila Jovovich, the one from Resident Evil.
Yep, nope, I haven't seen that one.
It's a good movie. It's really lots of action, and Chris Tucker is so funny in that movie. He's just like
he plays a girl.
And he plays a girl that's like almost like a reporter.
No, she's a DJ.
Geez, I thought she was a reporter because the way she
No,
was.
he's a DJ. He's a DJ, so it's like he's kind of like Prince in a way.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to play like Prince, like the character. So, but like a futuristic Prince. So
Yeah, it's a
It's
good.
funny.
It's funny. You'll like
the
it.
movie is hilarious. So
Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny. I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna like this movie. And I love Chris Tucker. I love Friday. It's one of my other favorite comedy movies. Friday.
But yeah, Chris Tucker is great in the movie. So highly recommend you see that. The Fifth Element. A lot of people love that movie. So it's a cult classic.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you collect anything?
I collect records.
Oh, what type? Rock?
Currently it's rock. I have Motley Crue. I have Van Halen, Kiss, Guns N' Roses.
If you saw my dad's collection, because my dad's been a DJ since like back in the day, you'd be like, he has like milk crates full of like old like Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, stuff like that. You'd be like,
I actually have a record I'm really proud of that I got, and I couldn't believe I got it. The Shout at the Devil Motley Crue album with the pentagram on the front.
wow.
That's cool.
Would you went to like an old store or something and you found it?
My grandmother actually got it for me. And she was like always about going to church, and she didn't want to buy that for me. And she actually went out and found it at an exchange and bought it for me.
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
It's hard to say these days because like a lot of record stores have went out of business. But then you could find like they may have it in your college town, like the old record stores that are just hanging in there, and you're like I'm not gonna find anything in there, and you go in there and you buy like 15 records. And then,
You find Holy Grail records.
yeah, there's one in New Jersey. Me and my dad went to a Christmas concert. And the place was closed for the night, and I looked in the window and it was like an old record store. I was like, wow. My dad's like, you probably find some goodies in there. And I was like, yeah, probably.
Good, Joe.
I'm done.
Shit. Go ahead.
So do you ever get a chance to play any video games or no?
So I'm not a big video gamer.
Mm.
The last game, there are 2 games I'm currently playing that I'm taking my good old sweet time with. I'm playing Witcher, The Wild Hunt, and I got Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Ah, have you seen the show of Witcher yet?
I have. I actually finished season 2 in like a day.
Oh wow! You definitely have to finish it. It's a good show.
I loved it.
No, there's 4. I think there's 2 seasons. I thought there was 4. I'm like
2 seasons of Witcher, and then they have the monster books that they released, and then they did a cartoon. And I have watched all of them.
Yeah.
Dark.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Joe.
You were saying finish your sentence.
No, I was just gonna ask another question, but you can continue.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying something at the end of my sentence. Cool.
All right. I was just gonna ask what your thoughts on intergender wrestling was.
So for me, when I was training, I was the only girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I have wrestled guys since the time I was 16, and I am 21.
Oh, wow.
So I am totally okay with intergender wrestling. I wish it happened more because it gives girls more of an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And it also gives guys an opportunity because they might come across like a mixed tag match, or they might come across where a girl gets involved and they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think intergender wrestling really helps them understand kind of where to kind of get a hold. Because sometimes they'll be like, and they're real afraid.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get in trouble, especially in today's world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
like if you go to slam the girl, you don't want to grab that part. You want to grab the back, her back and the back of her neck. You don't want to grab her butt and have her go, "You touched my butt." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're in the ring with each other. You're technically grabbing each other and grappling around. You know what I mean? Gotta be somewhat appropriate because you're working with somebody for like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're in a match. You know what I mean? It's a wrestling match.
So, who's somebody that you would love to work with that's a man?
Somebody I would love to work with that was a man is Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
I loved Jeff Hardy since I was a kid, and I was like, I wish I could do flippy stuff like Jeff Hardy can. And I'm 6 foot tall. I'm not diving off top ropes.
No.
So that would be really fun just to it'd kind of be bittersweet to like lay there on the ground and be like, oh, look, he's way up there. Oh, this is going to hurt.
Yeah.
This is going to hurt real bad.
Someone on the indies that you'd love to work with.
Somebody on the indies I'd love to work with is Madman Fulton.
Madman Fulton. That's a good one, right?
His height scares me because that would be really high up in the air for me. But that would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the one advice you got from somebody that you got like a trainer or like somebody that you met on the indie scene that's been there for like ever that you took and you ran with it?
I really struggle with my confidence. I've always been like kind of really inward, being that goth emo kid. And I'm just like, I just want to be in my little bubble. And so working on my confidence and always having people tell me, you did a good job, and building my confidence and them helping me with that and being like, you can't just teach somebody confidence. You have to help them get there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always been my big one.
Okay.
What would you say the biggest advice somebody gave you was?
The biggest advice somebody ever gave me was he would just put his hand on my shoulder and he'd go, do better. And that was it. That was all he would say. He would just put his hand on my shoulder and go, do better.
Wow.
And it has worked every time.
Do better.
Do better.
Yeah. That like works a lot too. Like, especially if it's not related to wrestling, like for someone like that works in a grocery store, you don't have to say, okay, you need to block that better. You'd be like, just do better. Okay.
Just do better.
Do better.
And
that's it.
It doesn't like call you out at any certain point or anything like that. It's just as a whole, just do better.
Yeah.
He's still wrestling today.
Oh, wow. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So what would you say, like, what would your parents say when you said you want to become a professional wrestler? What was their reaction?
So my mom was absolutely thrilled. She was actually for OCW part owner.
Okay.
So she was absolutely thrilled, over the moon. It was actually her idea to begin with. My dad, not so much, not too happy. I played basketball, so he would have rather me play basketball, but
yeah,
we actually are doing an owners month on the podcast. If you want to tell your mom, if she wants, you guys can come on together in June.
It would be really hard for my mom to come back from the grave.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Joe, what the hell?
You guys are fine. Trust me. I'm actually really comfortable about talking with that. Most people are like, oh no.
I'm sorry. I feel bad now. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
She has actually won lots of bets from beyond the grave at this point. So
okay. I'm sorry. Here we go. We're good.
You're fine. Trust me.
We're good. Okay. All right.
But anyway, do you have any upcoming shows or?
I do. I have one coming up in March for Ohio Championship Wrestling. It is called Battle Lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it is the 12th. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will actually be hanging out at New Ohio out in Columbus at the Arnold. They're doing a couple of performances at the Arnold, so I will be hanging out there.
Arnold Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
That's a big what's the word I'm looking for? Help me
Promotion?
out, Joe. Yeah, pretty much. You do. Congratulations, by the way.
I'm not wrestling. I'm going to hang out. A bunch of the guys I know.
Well,
I'm
see,
not booked, unfortunately. It's
Well,
all right though.
you know, it's like if you're not booked, you're still there and you're still rubbing elbows and you're still getting your name. Like, oh, it's Natalie May. Oh, hi, I'm Natalie May. I wrestle, and it kind of gets the wheel spinning in people's heads. You may not be booked, but then they'll go, the next time we do a show, we look. Then as I remember YouTube, look you up, and they're like, this girl has about 9 matches, and as soon as you know, look her name up. Maybe we should put her on the card next time. You know what I mean? That gets the name.
That was the other big advice that I was always given. You know, get to shows, get to traveling, get to shows.
Definitely.
So even if you're not booked, go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
But you have any social media you want to or promote or?
So I have my own Facebook page and I have my own Instagram page. They are both Natalie May.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually post pictures. I don't do a whole lot of videos. I usually just post pictures occasionally. I'm not very active on them, which is really bad, but getting better.
It's this day and age with social media. Like, I know there's people that just they have their wrestling page and they have their own page, and it's like hard to like go back and forth from like each account because I do this one and I do my own, and then I'll get excited thinking somebody's sending a message to dudes at ringside, and I go to my own Instagram and I'm like, oh, but someone actually wants to talk to me on my regular account, but nobody wants to talk to dudes at ringside today. Wah.
Most people just find my regular account, and that's usually where I have the most stuff going on. So,
but we're happy that we found you, and it's so cool. We're so happy that we had you on the podcast.
I was so excited when I saw that. I was actually sitting at a show when I saw you guys had messaged me.
Oh,
I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah. We want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. By the way, we really appreciate taking the time out.
Yeah, no, I was really excited. I was really excited to be here. So I want to thank you guys for inviting me.
No problem. And we will definitely have to have you back on the podcast in a later in the month when you have more stories, more shows, and more food you tried.
More food I tried.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to bring my boyfriend on. He's about as picky as I am, so maybe it's combined our food taste will be better.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm Metal Geek.
I'm Joe Panther III, and
I'm Natalie May.
And we will see you in the next one.